What was it about Bruce Lee that made him such a martial arts icon? Of course, Bruce brought an incredible screen presence and deep philosophy to his craft, but beyond that, what made him so fascinating to watch? Sure, Bruce was fast, but there have been plenty of super fast martial artists since. And Bruce was ripped, but again, no more so than many others who came before or after him. So what is it about Bruce's physicality that really made him stand out? And was he really as invincible as many myths and legends would have us believe? I think I have at least part of the answer. And the clue lies in his amazing one-finger push-up. But first, if you guys enjoy this philosophical approach to real-world training and performance, you'll probably get a kick out of my ebook and training program, Super Functional Training. There's a discount on at the moment, so go and check it out if you're interested. That one-finger push-up would be impressive by any standards, but if you watch closely, you'll notice that it's even more impressive than it looks. Unlike many people performing this move, or even just a one-handed push-up, Bruce does not move his hand to the centre of his body, nor does he turn his body at all. His hand stays directly beneath the shoulder, while the rest of his body remains perfectly straight and parallel to the ground. What does this show us? It shows that Bruce has insane core stability. He is able to resist the rotational force to prevent his opposite shoulder dipping even slightly, while also preventing any extension in his spine. Never mind the incredible finger strength this move also requires. Try it for yourself and you'll see just how amazing it is. Funny thing is that Bruce's other signature moves also demonstrate amazing core stability. In particular, Bruce's Dragon Flag is a classic anti-extension move, where the real challenge is engaging the core to prevent the buttocks from bending towards the ground. Coincidence? Now check out Bruce performing the V-sit. That's an actual V-sit, like a gymnast would do, not an L-sit, and that demonstrates not only impressive strength, but also mobility. This requires compressive strength, which is powering the core to bend that way against natural resistance. We see this again when Bruce pancake stretches from standing while warming up to fight Chuck Norris. But what does this have to do with Bruce's ability to deliver such watchable punches and kicks? Well, everything. Watch Bruce Lee throw a punch and one thing stands out. His upper torso is rigid like a plank of wood. There's no wobble and no give. This is crucial for delivering truly powerful blows. As spine specialist Stuart McGill put it, proximal stiffness enhances distal athleticism. Core stability is a misunderstood concept, but it essentially describes the ability to keep the core rigid and still against resistance. This can be broken down into the following categories. Anti-flexion, resisting bending forwards. This is important when squatting or deadlifting to prevent rounding of the spine and thus injury. Anti-extension, resisting bending backwards. This is what is key to the Dragon Flag. Anti-lateral flexion, resisting bending sideways. If you press just a single dumbbell with one hand, for instance, you use anti-lateral flexion to prevent tipping to one side. Anti-rotation, resisting twisting, key to the one-handed push-up, but also extremely important in grappling. This rigidity is what allows a martial artist to translate power from their hips into a powerful punch. Think about it this way, if I were to hit you with a plank of wood with a nail on the end, that would probably hurt. Don't worry, I wouldn't do that to you. But if that nail was attached to something bendy, like a thin branch, it would hurt a lot less. Not only that, but the trajectory of the nail would be slower and less efficient. To take the rest of the quote from McGill, when muscles contract, they try to shorten. Consider the specific action here. The arm flexes around the shoulder joint, moving the arm from muscle shortening at the distal end. But the same shortening also bends the rib cage towards the arm at the proximal end of the muscle. Thus simply using the pec muscle would not result in a fast nor forceful punch. Now stiffen the proximal end of the pec muscle attachment, meaning stiffen the core and the rib cage so that it can't move. Now 100% of the pec muscle shortening is directed to action at its distal end, producing fast and forceful motion in the arm. In the same way, a stiffened core locks down the proximal ends of the hip muscles, producing faster leg motion. A loss of core stiffness causes the torso to bend when sprinting, and a loss of speed. Some force was robbed that should have been expressed in leg velocity. This way, the rigidity of your core will also result in greater mobility and flexibility. Now watch Bruce Lee again. Makes sense, right? And we know that Bruce absolutely prioritized core training, at some points performing his ab routine daily. Bruce also made a point about contracting every muscle in his body during training, improving his mind-muscle connection and his power. I've shared Bruce's known ab routine in the article that accompanies this video. You can follow the link in the description down below to find that for yourself. This is not just key in martial arts, this is true for all athletic pursuits, and it's one reason that functional coaches spend a lot of time building stability in their clients. Many of these exercises involve keeping the core completely stable while performing a light unilateral or twisting movement to provide challenge and to serve as a kind of distraction. Often as soon as we forget about core stability, it all goes to pieces. However, you can simply use calisthenics moves, like the one-armed push-up, the Lalan push-up, and handstand push-ups to develop something similar. Likewise, you can use unilateral and offset exercises, like the suitcase carry and other one-sided loaded carries. Likewise, when performing any movement, from the squat to the humble press-up, be mindful of what your core is doing and whether you're able to keep it rigid during that movement. Don't let the waist sag or the upper back round. Core stability is also so important for advanced calisthenics. I've found that when performing freestanding handstands, core stability is critical to getting the straight line. The minute my spine goes into extension, I have two choices: banana handstand or bail. The ability to straighten up again is the difference between success and failure. So what's the takeaway? Start using those anti-moves in your own training and you'll see improvements in every area of your athleticism. I've developed a short core stability workout that I'm posting to Instagram. You can incorporate these moves into your existing workouts or swap this with your current abs day. Go and follow me on Instagram @TheBioneer to check that out for yourself. The link will be in the description down below. One more thing, think about investing in a chair with no back. When you sit in an office, your spine is artificially supported for hours on end. This can cause the deep muscles of the core to actually switch off, and eventually we lose some of that tone and conscious control over them. So thanks Tam for watching this one, guys. Hope you found it useful and interesting. Let me know what you think. Could this be one of the keys to Bruce Lee's speed and power? Do you guys use core stability training in your own routines? Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say, and I hope you're all staying healthy and safe. I'll see you next time. Thanks Tam for watching, and bye for now.